Welcome to the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks, weekly recess. This is episode 9, and we are super excited to be back in the studio. We're in Brooks Broadcasting, Studio 24, and we've got a great show for you. Now, tonight, it's going to be a little bit different. On the show tonight, we actually are going to be going over our recess because we took a little break last week. We had a recess of our own. And so we're going to be discussing, starting off the show, our feature segment is Learning is Everywhere. So that's kind of the theme. And we filmed an incredible episode last week in Washington, D.C. with one of the nation's most influential educators, Dr. Rachel Edoho-Eket. And we also shared or stopped by the NBC studio, the birth of live broadcasting. And we ended up going to Philadelphia. We went to Atlantic City, New Jersey, exploring the rich history, culture, the people, and it continued to teach us lessons far beyond the classroom. So we're going to discuss lots of those things. Also, our weekly contributors or senior education contributors, they did some amazing things themselves. Tony G did some stuff at Punchline.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Had an amazing week of comedy. We're going to discuss that. And Dr. Dwight Rogers also ended up going to Thailand. So we've just got an amazing show that we're going to be going over.
Literally just off the airport. He just got here, Jeremy.
Just got here straight off the airplane. Come on in,
Dwight,
Dr.
get in
Rogers.
here, Mr. Thailand.
Yes. Hey, buddy. Literally just
right
got
from
here.
The airport.
Right from the airport,
That's
straight
how
here.
much he's ready for it.
Exactly.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
We're good. We're glad to see
You
you.
were a mess. Okay,
Yeah.
Jeremy was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. Then you show up with that beautiful smile.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here with everybody. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome.
You're glowing.
Hey, it feels good to be back.
Well, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to do things a little bit untraditional.
Okay.
We're going to talk about your time in Thailand.
Okay, yes.
We can't wait to hear about it. I mean, me and him, we've been making bets on how cool it was.
Oh, well,
So-
I didn't think you were coming back.
Hey, well,
I didn't think you were.
So-
it was close.
You know what? I already lost the bet because I bet you $30 he was coming back. And you said, well, actually, I said, and the point is,
He cares. This is what he's trying to say. He cares. I was playing the odds.
Yeah.
You weren't coming back.
Hey, it was
and
hard.
I was doing double or nothing.
Hey,
Okay,
you know
well,
what?
Pay him.
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
But tell us about it. What's up with Thailand?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Thailand was amazing. You know, first, I was celebrating with my brother. He turned 50.
Oh.
So in doing so,
You got two brothers, right?
I have 3 brothers.
Three brothers.
3 brothers, right?
Yeah.
And so 2 of them were in Thailand. They went to, they went there to Philippines first, and then I met them in Thailand. So we were in Bangkok first, and Bangkok is amazing. It's like a big Los Angeles or a big New York City,
Yeah.
mixed with some country style.
Is it bigger? Like in terms, I mean, I know you lived in New York. Like,
Right.
is it bigger than New York?
It's huge, you know,
Yeah.
because it has a lot of area of beaches and just metropolitan city life, and just a combination of the two. And it's so high advanced with technology in certain
Wow.
places, like the mall itself. It had a water fountain coming from the ceiling. It was amazing. It was
Wow.
beautiful.
This is like a regular shopping mall too.
No, it had 8 floors.
Wow.
It had 8 stories in this mall. It was really incredible. It had one floor was a marketplace where you can get all types of foods. And so I tried to force myself to eat some different things. For example, they had fried crickets, fried worms and things like that. I looked at it, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Didn't take any chances, huh?
No, I didn't take any. My stomach didn't want
Yeah. Wow. Fried crickets. Did your brothers try any of that stuff?
Absolutely, they did, but I couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
ate the alligator and I had some deer meat and I had some snake meat, but after that,
Okay.
What was
how-
the best?
Yeah.
What was the
the
best?
snake was really good.
Really?
The snake with a little bit of like honey chipotle sauce on it. It was pretty tasty.
Did you like? Was it a certain kind of snake? Like, did you have rattlesnake,
I think it was
king
a,
cobra?
No, I don't think it was a cobra. I don't think it was a cobra.
Wait, could the rattlesnake live in the Thailand?
I don't know.
I don't know. Now we have a question. Teachers, let us know. We might have missed it.
Yeah, no, teachers, I don't know,
Yeah.
so, but it was an amazing event. And then from Bangkok, we went to Phuket, and Phuket was an hour flight to get there. And the flight was, real smooth, real easy. But over there, again, it was more of the cultural, smoother side of Thailand, where a lot of beaches, a lot of area to kind of just see. Like Phi Phi Island, for example. You go there and they have where they tape James Bond.
Oh, that's cool.
Bond movie.
I'm a big Bond lover.
Right. But the weather, sometimes it was a little bit bad. It rained a lot.
Yeah.
It rained a lot. But the rain, lasted for like 40 minutes. And then the sun came out. And then before you knew it, the sun took away all the rain where you didn't even know it rained. It was amazing.
That's
I
beautiful.
got tropical rain too, right?
Absolutely.
Just,
I went ATV riding in the tropics, and overlooked the city and the oceans. Oh my God, it was breathtaking. I saw where you were also. You were in New York and you were over there in DC area.
It was okay. It was okay.
No, you went to NBC Studios. I saw that.
this guy was jet setting. All right,
it wasn't bad. It was a good trip. And I can't wait to tell you guys about it. It was awesome.
Hear about it.
No, I'm excited. Yeah. So,
but I wanted to ask you, about Thailand. I wanted to ask the thing is, okay, so you tried snake, right?
Yes.
Okay, which is cool. But I wanted to also ask you, first of all, you said it was a big city. It's interesting because when we think of big cities, right? We've got LA here.
Right.
We have New York.
Right.
Those are huge cities. I mean, don't get me wrong; those are big cities. But in terms of looking at some of the other biggest cities throughout the world.
Right.
Mexico City's huge.
Yes, it is.
London, right? Barcelona, there's other cities. And so it's kind of interesting because we tend to think of our cities as being these huge cities, but there are other bigger cities.
Right. And that's a great point, Jeremy. When we look at our global space and we don't see outside, sometimes we internalize thinking that we are the ultimate thing or whatever that thing is until you see another ultimate thing, and then your mind goes crazy. And this takes me to a point where it brings me back to school and education.
Yeah.
Some of our students had an opportunity to go to HBCUs in the South. And so being from Stockton, a lot of these students never stepped outside of Stockton. So when they were able to go to Atlanta and at Alabama, they were able to see different cultures and different people for the first time. And it blew their mind because they thought Stockton was everything, right?
Yeah.
And then you go outside of Stockton and then you see so many other places and spaces of people who look like you and embrace you so differently. And even over in Thailand, I saw people over there who looked like me, but weren't like me at all, because they were African, so it was just a different cultural perspective.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? So that's that global sphere.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, this guy. Did you see him last week?
I wanted to catch it because I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
I caught some of it. He was tearing up the stage at Punchline Comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing what was it? Zumba.
I did a little Zumba number. All right. So, as you know, I have been doing Zumba ever since I retired.
You're getting pretty good.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm getting light on the feet.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I said, what can I do as a comic to bring Zumba to the comedy world? And so I get to the punchline. I say, can you play Gloria Estefan?
Okay.
Miami Sound Machine, the conga.
Okay.
Right? So it opens up. Come on, everybody, to do that conga. I know you can't yourself any longer. And it's going. And the congas are going. And now I'm going. And I'm walking up there. And I'm just going. And I'm doing a number. Okay, you're going to want to get this. Because you started in there, Dwight. See? You started in there just side to side. And I'm telling jokes. I'm saying shout out to my wife. She's outside. Because clearly, when you're dancing outside, I'm dancing out on a stage.
Yeah.
Right? My wife is there watching this debacle of spectacle, right?
Oh, it was not a debate. It was incredible. It was incredible.
The crowd ate it up. They liked the Zumba. They liked the Zumba.
So do you think you will incorporate more of the movement and just the live animation to your set?
I'm not going to hold back the Zumba.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it maybe now I'm up there. I've got 3 Zumba dancers behind me.
Okay.
And I'm in a nice tuxedo.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I've got dreams. I've got visions for the show.
There you go.
Why not bring comedy to like another level? Incorporate all that.
Right.
Well, here's the thing too. He talked about James Bond earlier.
Right.
I'm seeing, you could play James Bond.
Absolutely.
I mean, really.
But-
wait, no. I resonate with the Sean Connery.
There you go.
Although why was Sean Connery Bond when he was clearly from Scotland? I'm just saying, I grew up watching that with Grandpa.
See, so you have that down. So I could see you doing some James Bond stuff. But here's the other thing, though, too. I was thinking you're talking Zumba up on a stage comedy, right? I'm thinking you could incorporate Broadway on your comedy set when you go to do.
I'm gonna have to stretch more.
I mean, hey, I could see it.
I don't mind.
I could see
I
it.
could bring it. Like Karate Kid. I remember. I took karate. I used to be able to kick high. Right now, we're doing mid.
That's so funny. Oh man.
I'm pulling a hamstring thinking about it.
But yeah, the show went well. It was fun, and like I said, I got it's the blood. It's inside. The Zumba's in me. The Latin genetics. Call it what you may. Back to culture though too. I'm just blown away because you hit the nail on the head. What it does when you're out and experiencing culture, right? And I can't help but think about my students as a teacher. The kids that I have, worked with in the last 15 years, they don't even get outside the house,
right,
in the room, and it breaks my heart. I hear about that. Not to like shift, but I want to get to what you're saying. That was such a great message, and I'm now campaigning. Get the kids out of the classroom.
Yes.
Get them to Berkeley. Get them to. We're out here, right? Get them up to Yosemite. Get them places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember how back in the day books used to be your way of escape? You read a book and your imagination grows wild. Well, now there are so many other ways to allow your imagination to grow, and traveling outside of your area, one way. I remember when I used to teach summer school, and we would have world history, so we would go and you would get Google glasses, and in those glasses you can put the glasses on, and it would teleport you to wherever we had. So for the class I had, it was world history, so we would do Africa, and I would tell all of my students to come in, and we would have a bowl, and I would tell them, pick a country out of the bowl. Now, of course, there were a few students that says, but Africa is a country, right?
Oh.
No, darling, it's not a country. So we would have to go through that process of teaching them that it's a continent and there are countries inside that continent, and they would have to pick a country, and then they would break that country down, looking at the whole thing of the land, the political state of it, the economics. We would look at the population, what culture is it, and just examine, how does that compare to America? And then they would learn about that, but then we would put the glasses on and we would see that if there was a safari, we would see the safari. If it was a modern city, we would see that city. And it was an amazing experience for many of those students because for one moment, they were able to see something that was different, but at the same time, become part of it. I think that's the part of learning that, Tony, you were speaking about after 15 years of teaching, or whatever, giving students that opportunity to enhance themselves, sense of self.
Yeah. We're getting comments, by the way, and keep the comments coming. But we got one for, first of all, Dr. Rob. He is watching the show. He says,
Dr. Rob.
Dr. Rob, he should be here Zumbaing right now.
Well, and he did comment on your Zumba, and you want to know what he said?
What did he say?
He said, you're going to give Zumba teachers a run for their money.
Hey, I
something. He said something to that
I'll take
effect.
that, the confidence. Maybe alter your, I am Antonio. And I'll be
Antonio Banderas. That's
your
who he looks
Zumba.
like.
Oh,
I will be,
Antonio Banderas.
I just need Antonio's money. Antonio, where's your money? Give me money. So that would be cool, though. Honestly, that would be fun.
Well, New York was amazing. DC was amazing. And I tried exotic foods myself when I was there, by the way. So just like he tried snake
hot dog,
and deer,
relish.
you guys know where I'm going already with this.
No, talk
my
to us.
exotic food was New York pizza.
Yes.
Okay.
I had have you ever eaten at Delmonico's?
I don't believe so.
I had Delmonico's steak. That was very exotic.
Okay,
I love a
okay.
good steakhouse.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
not a steak eater.
So check this out. If you guys,
I mean, I'm not trying to judge you, but no, I'm kidding.
Well, honestly-
steak is good though.
honestly, I'm
For me.
thinking,
Not free.
Okay.
I'm thinking to myself, man, you're not a steak eater. I mean, you look pretty healthy. It could be why, right?
True.
Yeah. Besides,
Steak.
yeah, I
You
see
think
you
that's
hitting
what
the
it
gym.
is?
I'm trying to be like this guy.
Like, we're competing. Maybe we do a show at the end of the year, and we just do a pose off, and then we'll get Jeremy will be I don't know. Well, the callers will be the judge,
That's
right?
a different type of show, man.
I said callers like we're still doing calls.
Yeah.
Look at me, outdated back in early 2000s. The callers, I can't live this down. We're live.
Hey, that could work. We could do that. And I mean, a pose off. I don't know. That could be. But the thing is, though, is you guys would. First of all, you guys already do hit the gym pretty hard. I see both of you guys, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I got to get off this couch. When I see that, I got to put down the chicken wings and get out.
No, you know what? We're like the perfect tag team wrestlers right here. You're the manager.
Okay.
And you're always doing the dirty heel, like trying to stab the guy in the back. So, we can drop the
Trying
elbow.
to make sure that we win.
I
And,
think of,
Kofi's coming off the top. You already know he's the high flyer in the group.
I think of myself I think of myself as like the short, scrappy referee.
Okay.
That's
more like me. I'm the referee.
Now you're the mastermind behind the whole thing. Okay, the wrestlers going back. Shout out to Bobby Heenan.
Oh, right. Okay.
Remember
that's a
Bobby
throwback.
Heenan, the Weasel?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great character guy, and the way he did it, and they emphasized, oh, he did it again. That Weasel Heenan made his way.
Right.
Now we're going way back as '80s wrestling. But yeah, I love, being able to reflect back on those days.
Yeah.
Did
Did you watch wrestling?
I still do. I still do. I love watching. I would love watch wrestling. I go to live events every time I can.
Really?
Every time it comes to Sacramento,
Wow.
I go.
Favorite wrestler all time?
All-time favorite wrestler would have to be probably either John Cena, Roman Reigns, Bob Backlund, from back in the day.
Ooh, Bob Backlund.
And Tony Atlas, because he was one of the main African American wrestlers who hit that mark and made an impact. So I like that guy. And then The Rock, of course. The Rock is my ultimate favorite wrestler.
I was gonna say
I did like The Rock.
The Rock, right,
Rock is
guys?
amazing.
That's your guy,
Yeah.
The Rock.
Well-
Everything about him, he was just that dude.
I just love
He
the
was cool.
eyebrow.
He was cool.
Just do the eyebrow.
Yeah, he was cool. I honestly though, I think I could consider myself a little bit of a Hulkamaniac.
You know what?
But at the same time, when I was a kid, you would see Hulk Hogan, man, and he was everywhere. He even had a TV show.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was doing the training, the prayers, and the vitamins. I was working out. I had the Flintstone vitamins. And
Remember those?
I remember those. Yeah.
I was a good Catholic
yeah.
boy. I was doing the prayers.
Right.
And you know what? I think it worked. The Hulkster helped me out a little bit.
His pythons.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, dude. It was always like, let me tell you something, man.
And he was in that Rocky movie, remember?
Oh, Thunderlips.
Yeah, Thunderlips, right?
Thunderlips. He looked right at, I couldn't believe it because, I was a big Stallone, Rambo, Rocky. And he comes out, he looks great, and then they bring, here, I've never seen Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Only he plays his character a little different.
Yeah.
And he's coming out and he's got the ladies surrounding him.
Okay.
And he's all my love slaves out there. Thunderlips is here in the first, the corner, whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, here we have the ultimate male versus,
Yeah.
and he looks at Stallone, the ultimate meat ball. And I thought, this is insane.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction to Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's cool.
But I'm also a Ric Flair guy.
Oh, Ric Flair, remember him?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Can't
limousines and
yeah.
it was that kind of funny.
Can't
Just,
you know, Ric Flair was one of those characters that, you know, you watched him and you knew his personality was just different.
Oh yeah.
And it's, I don't know, I watch him even now, you know, and it's like the man can't separate himself from the character. You know, it's like he's Ric Flair 24
you know
hours
what?
a day.
You want to know a true story? So I used to be a waiter at Chili's, right? And I was about 20, 21, Stockton. And so I was waiting tables, and then I was talking to this gal. I can't remember her name, but she was very pretty. And I remember, you know, she at the time, you know, I hope still married. And we were just talking about wrestling, you know, and I said Ric Flair or something about it. So, oh yeah, I met Ric Flair, you know, and then, you know, I said, oh really? Okay, that's okay. Tell me more. I got to know more. He goes, well, my husband wanted an autograph. So my husband walks over to Ric Flair at the bar and goes, may I have an autograph? And he's hand to God, he goes, I'm sorry, I only do that for the ladies. And so then he did it for her. He signed the autograph. And I thought, that's really him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Right?
That's amazing. Well, shout out to RG. RG said hi, guys.
What's up, RG?
Hey, RG.
And
Steady hard, RG.
a couple things I got to mention. RG is incredible. He does our graphics, and you know he does an incredible job. He did a couple graphics on here, and we'll try to keep an eye out for him. But it actually happens to be Week of the School Administrator, so he did a graphic for that. So thank you, RG. Shout out there, and thank you to all our school administrators out there. We know that it's a tough job, and you do amazing work, and you don't get enough thanks. So we appreciate you. We really do.
Absolutely.
Sincerely. Now here's the other thing too. It happens to also be an important month. It is Hispanic Heritage Month,
right?
And RG did a graphic for that, so we appreciate that too. And hopefully we'll see it here in a second, but amazing graphics. He's just crushing it.
Yeah, you know, Hispanic Heritage Month is very important, especially in this community, you know, and we had, in our district, we had a celebration to honor that. And I love and see how important it is when a lot of the families in the community comes out to celebrate and honor, you know, their historical culture. You know, the thing of it is that I see
Right there it is.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah.
We can incorporate all of those flags and all of those different perspectives, because sometimes whatever, you know, we lose sight of the different variety of people who come from different countries that lend into that melting pot of Hispanic heritage. So I just love watching all of those different folks come together to kind of just celebrate.
Am I a bad guy though? Let me ask you this. Am I a bad guy if during that time when I was a teacher, I was just praying that there was some guacamole?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right? You into the guacamole?
Not really.
That's strike two. Strike two. No steak, no guacamole. Let me tell you something, brother. Oh, we're a tag team, but man, you're starting to really get to me, dude. You're not doing the steak, brother. You're not doing guacamole, man. Can I trust you in the ring?
I like it when
I'm kidding.
when they make it in front of you. I like that. You know,
Okay.
I don't like it in the refrigerator.
Salsa.
I love salsa.
All right, there we go. Look, we're back, brother, dude. We united in salsa.
All right.
I love salsa.
I was afraid you were going to ask me about the I was afraid you're going to ask me about guacamole, but we can move on to
You know
salsa.
what?
Salsa, I'm with you on salsa.
Let's unite with the salsa.
Yeah, there we go.
By the way, I had chili salsa. It's still so good.
It's good.
I
don't know
had
what
it
they
today.
do.
It's addicting.
The salsa from the
Chili's.
Chili's restaurant.
Never had it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is nice.
The viscosity,
I used to work
it's
there.
a little bit.
I used to work there, right? The viscosity is hit and miss. Some of the managers, okay, I'm it's a tell all. I'm doing a tell all right now because I was Chili's also in Modesto. I was a Chili's waiter also in Manteca. So I had the trifecta.
Okay.
I know them all, or at least now. I mean, some probably retired, but the salsa is one that's a little dry. You got to cut some money back, make it a little more watery.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's just what it is. Sue me. Hey, I still go back and buy Chili's. It's that good. I just tell them, hey, it's a little too watered. Then they go, we got to get better with this. But when it's just right, and I had it when it's just right.
Yeah.
You can't stop eating
It's so good.
Maybe that's better for our health.
Yeah,
that they make
yeah.
it more water.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to Chili's and get some salsa.
You got to try it. We got to go someday. But I just wanted to mention, by the way, this is a comedy show, right? And, I don't know if we don't have nicknames yet.
Uh-oh.
But I'm seeing a nickname.
Okay,
Instead
we
of
gotta
Starsky
figure
and
this out.
Hutch, right?
Uh-oh.
What about guacamole and salsa? What do we think? We'll work on it. We're going to work on it.
Okay,
Salsa.
no, we got to work on that.
Hey, by the way, I will admit that came from the control room. So don't blame me. Don't blame
What
me.
are we doing? Veggie Tales? No, I'm kidding. That's actually not bad. We can work with this.
Yeah.
So he's guac.
Okay, we'll be two cops. Hey, guacamole. Salsa, get in here. Get in here, John Salsa.
Yeah, we
and
gonna work on that
Steve Guacamole.
We gonna work
I don't know why you're my cops.
chips and dips, huh?
We're getting wild today.
So I do want to kind of circle back though, because I mean DC was incredible. We ended up going to Brooklyn for a little bit, so that was amazing. We
Shout
actually
out to
did
Brooklyn.
exactly, yeah, for sure. I mean, it was incredible. We went. There's a spot. You probably know the name of it, where they have the bridge. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge in between the buildings. They call it Dumbo, I guess. Have you been there? Have you seen that?
Dumbo.
Yeah. It's
Really?
down under the Brooklyn Bridge, something like that.
Okay. You know when
Down under Manhattan Bridge overpass.
You know what's interesting about I think it's common with every place.
Yeah.
People who are from certain places don't pay attention to any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like for
that's
example,
true.
how many people from New York never been to the Statue of Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're from there and you see it all the time, do you really go?
Yeah.
It's like you take those things for granted.
The visual, huh?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so people who are not from there, who come there for the touristy stuff, they know all of the inside, the little landmarks. Oh, they call it this. They call it that.
You know
Like,
what?
We don't call it any of that.
Yeah,
we don't do
yeah.
that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You just popped a memory. So one time, this was like going further back, in between my Chili days. I was a FedEx driver for about 5 years, right? And I'll never forget, I was in Lathrop, and this was back when I could afford to just eat whatever I wanted, because I was like doing probably 20,000 steps a day and lifting and all that, right? So I parked, I go to McDonald's, and these two guys, they look like a couple of burly white guys. They were like they could be roadies for Ozzy, right? And they're like, hey, excuse me, Mike. Hey, excuse me. And I go, hey, like, what's happening? Where you from? I went from Bristol or something like that, right? And then they're asking me about, like, we want to go here and there. And I'm like, dude, why aren't you in San Francisco? Why aren't you? But they were blown away that they were at McDonald's. They were just like gung ho at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they were pounding a McDonald's for like a week straight. And I thought, this is crazy. Cause like I'd be all about like, but see, their mindset was, no, we got to do some McDonald's.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. You're talking about New York. They don't want to go to see the Statue of Liberty. You take it like it's just there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Twin Towers, for example, before 9/11, and I was a child. Young teenager, I was a bike messenger. So being a bike messenger, you ride your bike around the city and you deliver packages. I went to the Twin Towers. I tied up my bike, went upstairs, dropped my packages off. Excuse me. And I come down, and my chain is there broken, but my bike is gone. So then I became a foot messenger.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody stole my bike. And so that was like my experience with the World Trade Center, being a bike messenger, seeing it that way. It wasn't because I had any business.
Life lesson, huh?
Life lesson, you get a better lock.
Yeah. Get one of those U-shaped ones that are like
kryptonite locks that you can't break easily.
Yeah.
So when you went down there, did you go to Manhattan? Did you see?
Oh, it was amazing.
What that was like?
Yeah. So we went to Manhattan. We spent, I would say, most of our time in Manhattan. We went to Lower Manhattan, so we did go to that area where the World Trade Center was.
Right.
We ended up, this was incredible. We went to the first restaurant I told you guys about, Delmonico's. This is like, they claim to have the first standard restaurant with recipes or with menus and things like that. It was absolutely incredible. They've been open since, I think it was like 1807, since early 1800s. So that was fun. We went to a restaurant. This is incredible too, where George Washington supposedly, it was his final goodbye, sort of meeting with the soldiers of the American Revolution right there, still, in existence. It's a tavern. That was amazing. France's Tavern.
Okay.
And have you ever heard of that place?
No.
No.
I love history, like taverns especially.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Oh,
fun.
it's cool, guys. You got to go there. You got to go.
You have to remember, for me, I was a young person in New York growing up. So I didn't get a chance to experience a lot of the adult stuff, whatever, until I came back to visit my parents being in the military. And New York is one of those places that's very segregated. You're in one area where they're all, black people, for example. You go to another area, all Italians. Go to another place where they're all Jewish folks. So it's a melting pot of folks.
Yeah.
But it's very, centered around separation of people. So you can go to one area and have the best Italian food ever, and then go across town and you won't see any of it because it's all Caribbean food, or something like that. And it's a beautiful way to kind of like look at the world.
Oh,
yeah.
You get a chance to see and taste and sample everything.
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco's very similar.
Okay.
I don't think not on the same scale, but it does have that. You go to Japantown, Chinatown, North Beach for Italy, for Italian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really, you can just go blindly, throw at the dartboard, and you're not going to get a bad pasta.
Yeah.
But in contrast, when I was in Thailand, for example, everything is, you see stuff that Thai people make. However, it's very Indian influenced also. A lot of people from Pakistan and just India, that are there, that have established businesses there. And it's just an interesting dynamic the way they have it, because you can go to a restaurant for some Thai food, and you look back and you see that there are a lot of Indian people back there cooking. And you say, okay, interesting. But you can tell the difference between the food. I went to one place where they have a railroad that goes through the city very slow. And you may have seen it on YouTube. And it's a railroad that goes through the city, and it's a market called Railroad Marketplace. And all of the vendors are there. So when the train comes through, all of the vendors pull back their merchandise and take their awnings back because the train can't fit through that small little alleyway.
Wow.
And everyone stands around taking pictures of this train coming through the town because it's so unique.
Yeah.
Because when the train comes through, everyone has to change everything that they have, because
how often does it come through?
Like every 45 to 50 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
So all day they're doing this.
Yeah.
And you are literally inches away from the train if you're in a store. Literally inches away from the
goodness.
train. And there are people on the train.
They got to play Johnny,
tapping, giving you, high fives and dapping.
Is it going by normal train speed?
No, they're going very
down?
slow.
But still.
They got to play the song "There's a Train Coming" by Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
Get that out going. Then the tourists start to know, like, there's a train coming. All right, we gotta move.
We gotta move. Right, and it's so different the way the culture is. And one of the things that I took away from it was when everyone bows to you. Right, everyone gives you the bow, and it's a sign of respect. So respect is always at the forefront of what people are doing and saying. And I think that's a difference between, there and here. I'm not going to get into America this or whatever, but there's a sign of respect everywhere you go, whether you're at a restaurant, a hotel, or just casually out. People are bowing, to say, "Hey, I'm respecting you." And that opens up a doorway for
to everybody, to each other too.
Yes.
Not just because you were there visiting.
No, to everyone, just in general. And even if you have something in your hand, a bag or something, you bow with one hand, and you still show that sign of respect.
Did you prepare before you went to try to learn some of those cultural norms?
I did because I didn't. I always try to learn more about the culture before I go, because I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's hard going into a country and knowing that, you're entering into their world, and not to impose your will or your ethics and morals onto them, as if that sense of entitlement is a given, and it's not.
Yeah.
But they're just such a welcoming people that it made me reflect on some of the things and values that we have here as a country. That we can learn some things from that, especially in schools.
Yeah.
Think about it. If kids were coming into a classroom, showing respect to their teacher before the class started, it sets you into a different mindset, of learning. I'm going to be respectful. My teacher's going to be respectful to me. That eliminates a lot of the problems that we have with the disconnect.
Did you get to see anything about schools when you were there at all?
I went to 2 schools. I went
You
to
did?
I went to 2
Okay.
schools. I had to. I had
Yeah.
Yeah,
two schools.
that's cool.
But what was funny was they didn't want to let me in.
Oh, no. They're like, who's this stranger?
They're like,
Yeah.
I said, hey, I gave my
Did you
business
tell them
card.
you're from the
You
weekly
come in there,
recess?
these huge shoulders.
Well, you should have told me you're from the weekly recess. They would have let you in.
I said, hey, look at all of what I do. I said, I have a book, I have a weekly recess,
And then that worked.
That didn't work.
Did you go to see any kickboxing?
I went to a Muay Thai a match, and while I was there,
Or Muay Thai?
I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed because I got there late. And so when I got there, I didn't really get a chance to see the whole match. And so I have to go back because the part I did see, it's brutal.
Yeah.
It's
So I've
UFC
heard-
times 10.
I watched. I watched
Wow.
Bloodsport, and I watched kickboxing, and then that again, I lived in that world as a kid, right? Maybe I shouldn't have, but it just that resonates with me, right? And the culture, and then you're talking about martial arts, Bruce Lee, China,
Right.
So I think that's cool, though. I mean, you definitely should go back, get out there, make it a
I plan to go
annual
back.
or biannual.
I plan to go back for spring
Triennial.
because I'm going back to Ghana for Christmas.
Okay,
I want to go back to Ghana to complete my name change and again connect with my culture, my
That's
ancestors,
cool.
and do all of that. But yeah, so it's great to see other cultures.
So one thing I wanted to mention too. So the reason why we went out to DC, the reason why I did the whole on the road thing last week,
interview.
anyways, was the interview
Right.
with Dr. Rachel Edoho-Eket. And she actually spoke in Ghana recently. She was in Ghana.
Okay.
And what you didn't get to see is that I think I don't know, maybe we posted a picture of it or not. If not, we got to post it. But we did go out to dinner afterwards, and it was incredible. And that was one of the big things that I was just so excited to hear about was her trip to Ghana,
Right.
to hear about her, speaking there with educators, and it's just amazing. And so that episode's going to come out. We actually have one more episode coming out on our regular show. That's going to be fun. It's a PE one. And then afterwards, that episode will come out later. But what an amazing opportunity to speak to her and to learn about, her trip to Ghana too. And it was a lot of fun. And by the way, this studio that we were in DC, amazing. They've used it for multiple shows. I mean, the list of like Netflix, lots of big networks have used this studio, and it was incredible to be able to use it. And then we went to, by the way, in New York, we went to NBC Studios.
I saw what you did.
yeah,
there.
that
was cool.
Tell us about that. That was interesting.
So we so it is the birthplace of live broadcasts, and of course we want to learn. Right, we are doing a live broadcast show, of course, even right now, and so it was educational for us to be able to go there to learn about how they do their live broadcasts and to also see where it all started. And it's amazing, all the little details. They were setting up for Saturday Night Live. We were there on a Friday. And so that was incredible to see them kind of preparing for that show. We got to go into a couple other studios too. We went into the studio where they do the Tonight Show and the Late Show. So that was amazing. And, looking at their set and looking at ours and, like our on-air sign is similar to theirs and just the little details. It's like, okay, that's cool. Of course, their control room way bigger than ours, but it was fun. And then afterwards, we got to do a little skit of our own, and it was fun because our tour guide, who he's amazing. He got a job as a permanent NBC employee at Rockefeller Center there, but he said, "Hey, you guys want to do a skit?" And then we just started dividing up roles,
Right.
And so I ended up becoming the quote unquote movie star that was gonna be on the Tonight Show, and so that was fun. And so I played that part. We have Mike, incredible, our show's director. He ended up doing the voice of the beginning, the intro.
Oh man.
And he nailed it. I mean, if you get a chance to watch that video, it's on social media. You guys got to see it if you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy,
I'm
Jeremy,
still dealing with jet lag.
Hey, I hear you. Same here.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
what was your motivation as you played I want to know.
Oh.
You're the actor. Were you arrogant? What was your vibe?
You know what? It was a scary movie part.
Okay,
Give us
a taste.
And so, but it was quick though. It was quick.
Yeah.
My approach was more comedic, I would say.
Okay.
More kind of leaning in that genre. It was interesting, but I'll tell you, you mentioned jet lag.
Yeah.
So we had to look this up because I'm exhausted too. It's 1 day per time zone jet lag for every day. So 3 time zones. So a minimum of 3 days, your schedule is going to be off.
Yeah.
You traveled several time zones, I imagine, right? So
Yeah, it's crazy, 9-hour difference. And like now it's morning, it's Friday morning over there.
Yeah, wow.
You know, and so my brain is trying to just catch up.
Yeah.
So I apologize for being a little foggy.
How do you guys decompress after that? What do you
Sleep.
just sleep?
Yeah.
Let's hibernate.
I tried to sleep on the plane as much as I could. We didn't have as amazing of accommodations as you had. I mean, we did first class, but you want to tell us about your flight?
Oh, okay. So I flew on this new airline, Starlux, right? And I wanted to try it out because I read some reviews about it, and I thought, you know what, let me try it out.
Yeah.
They treat you so well.
Yeah.
You know, they bring you your pajamas, your slippers.
Wow.
You know,
You have pajamas?
I had pajamas. They gave me pajamas, and you know, and the bathroom is a little bigger, and you know, and they bring you food, so you order your food ahead of time. You know, so I ordered a lobster and fettuccine, you know, mix, and they bring it to you, and then after you
was it good?
It was delicious.
Wow.
Well, I had the skinny chicken pasta at the Cheesecake Factory after my show. So,
Okay.
you know,
nice.
I feel fresh. I didn't go anywhere. I lag in the trip, so that's going to come.
Well, and I want to ask you about that one
Yes.
more time before we move on, because we got to move on. We got just a couple news topics.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, you had an amazing show. I saw part of it online, and it every time you post about your show, he's got a podcast now he's doing too. Shout out there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
we're going mobile. It's going to be a mobile podcast. I'm taking my interview to the person. I've got comedians lined up, also some other professionals.
Okay.
I got a potential law enforcement guy that's really just, again, I think it's all about finding interesting people, and I have a Rolodex of that. So I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm looking
So
forward to it.
so exciting, but so definitely follow Tony, okay? But Tony G. But the other thing too, though, your show. So it was at Punchline, and you did the Zumba.
Yeah.
Audience loved it.
Oh yeah,
Right?
it was fun.
If you were to talk and you were to ask yourself questions about that, I mean, how would that look? Maybe if you were to interview, you know, Tony G.
Tony
right?
G.
How would that work?
Well, what I would do is I would say, Tony G, you're a 47-year-old unemployed teacher dancing the Zumba. Is this what you envisioned? And I would say something like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would say that, you know what? What am I doing? But, oh my gosh, I feel like I've tapped into life again.
Yeah.
Like I feel there's no red tape.
Liberated. Yeah.
I'm following my passion.
Yeah.
I'm able to speak my truth. Seeing the growth we always tell the kids, yeah, you got to follow your dream. And then we get locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm all about find your path, find your passion and go with it, you know? And so I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And luckily I did save for these occasions, you know, teacher. I've worked my whole life. But again, I'm betting on myself and it's awesome.
Oh, that's
I love it.
amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's courageous of you.
You know what? It has to be. or stupid. No, I'm kidding. I love it. It's awesome.
You guys are fun. I love you guys. We're going to move on real quick too. We still have 15 minutes left, which is great. Got a little bit of time. I wanted to squeeze in though a little bit of news. All right, so I wish I would have probably prepared a little bit more. Have you guys heard about the 6-7 deal that the kids are doing? Have you heard about that?
I've heard about it, and we talked about it, yesterday in one of the meetings that we had. It's a TikTok meme. You say 6-7, and the kids bust up laughing. But as adults, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that when we have situations like that where kids become, maybe disruptive or they engage in that type of banter, what I found with my youthful side is I lean into it, and I make it part of the day to a point to take the power away from it. Because what I found is going against the grain is what they expect, and they will challenge that because remember, it's one teacher.
Yep.
And you'll have 30 some odd students in your classroom, so it's one against them. So it's
I've
seen
this.
use strategy.
Yeah.
And I gotta say,
it's the trends.
And I'm a teacher that I've already seen the movie already. What's 6? We gotta find out what 6-7 is. Is it a code? Is it? People are wound up. Forget about it. Forget about it. Remember that? Forget about it. You ever watch Donnie Brasco?
Yeah, absolutely.
Forget about it. There's a scene where they talk about that line. Forget about it, right? It's just something you say. Maybe it's just that. But it's fun. Like you said, I love how you're connecting with the kids. Connect with them on that. 6-7.
Right.
All right. I think there's no harm in it. That's our world of TikTok now, right?
Yeah. You have to get ahead of those things. And when you do, and you become that familiar with their world, then they connect with you a lot easier also. And then you can kind of like lead them into a different direction and get them back on track, or just incorporate whatever they're doing into some type of
That's really good advice. Honestly, that is such solid advice. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up too is this is actually making national headline news. It was the Today Show just aired a segment on it yesterday, and we were at, by the way, right there at the Today Show. But they did a segment on it yesterday. It's making headline news, and there are schools that are just struggling with it. They don't know what to do. And so that really kind of gets back to what I wanted to even ask you about. I didn't know if you'd even heard about it. I think a lot of educators are still kind of like, what's 6-7? And honestly, it's a meme. It kind of came from a TikTok video, I believe. Right. But it really is just the kids kind of celebrate and get excited and cheer. Right. And the thing is, if you're a math class, you're a math teacher, you're going to go and 6-7. There are some teachers that are afraid to even say 6-7. Right. There's some schools that are.
You want me to text my wife? I can ask her. She knows these things.
But like I was saying earlier, when you have situations like that, there are going to be different themes that come into classrooms, different TikTok, skits that come across.
Yeah.
If you want to build relationships, learn what those things are, become part of it.
Is
the answer banning them? Because some places are banning them. I mean,
it's really gotten that big, huh?
Right, but when you ban it, what message are you sending? Say, hey, you know what? I can't control it, so let me just stop it.
So as a former principal, right? I mean, I imagine you've dealt with so many of these trends that come up in schools. Your advice is learn about it,
right?
And if you do try to ban it, sometimes it has the opposite effect.
Absolutely.
It makes it worse. The kids
they rebel against it.
And I can say now, if I want to put my teacher hat on, what we called in the field, practice extinction.
Oh yeah, extinction method.
I can tell you as a guy, again, mental health program.
Yeah,
arm got torn, bicep tendon. No teacher can tell me they've been in hotter waters than me, but I don't say that to brag. Extinction does work for some kids, and that's a tool. Teachers, if you're listening, try to practice extinction as best. Just up it a little bit more. Just a little. It
comes from behaviorism, that management style, right? But
learned it from a behaviorist.
What is extinction? Can you give us an example? So say the 6-7 thing happens in a classroom. How do you approach extinction as a teacher?
So, I got little Jeremy in the class, right? And when he wants a little attention, 6'7". You know, he just keeps firing the 6'7". And then he's got little coffee over here. Kofi? Kofi. Little Kofi over here. He's giggling. He's just giggling. Look, he's at 6'7", right? Okay. They're going to look, you're wanting the attention, right? And you're getting it. But you're getting more so than Kofi. You're getting me razzed up. Learn how to practice.
Yeah.
How can I all right, you know what? We're going to talk about this later, maybe. Just, I'm not saying completely let 6'7" take over. You know, evidently it's taking over the world. 6'7". I say that so condescendingly, like I know I'm not in the classroom.
No, but it is.
But,
it's
but
becoming
if
a
it's
big
taking
thing.
over,
Yeah.
we got to practice some extinction to a
So
degree.
If we had a guest here, right, and we were to talk to the guest over here, and the guests were to talk to Tony G, the comedian, about 6'7", how might that look?
I would say 8'9". How about 8'9", huh? 8'9". I'm just gonna go 8'9". I'm gonna make 8'9" better. You know, I'll devalue your 6'7". We'll raise you an 8'9".
Well, there you go. So the idea though is to just ignore the behavior, because if students then end up seeing it, and they see that it maybe gets a rise out of you, then and they're seeking attention because it's attention-seeking type behavior.
Absolutely.
Then you're giving into it. So use extinction, ignore the behavior, and maybe you one up it and go 8'9". Use the comedy, use the humor.
Now I got to be honest too. I learned all this in taverns, you know, with drunkards listening to this guy. Hey guys, you know, they get shut up, you know, and so I have a wealth of tools that most teachers don't have. But again, if I could, one little tool, extinction. Look it up, guys.
Yeah.
Right, you know, and again, every teacher, every person doesn't have that skill set, like Tony just talked about, doesn't have that skill set to engage in that banter. You know, so, you know, globally we looking at, you know, what tools can we give teachers when things like this come up?
Yeah.
You know, and so instead of trying to, you know, go with it, they try to just suppress it. I can't join you with it. I don't know how to do that. So I want to eliminate it. So giving them some different tools to kind of say, hey, you know, we're going to have trends that will come and go when we do, you know, we're going to teach kids how to compartmentalize. Hey, you know what? We're going to save this for this period of time and we're going to have at it. We're going to have a great time at this time. That's where you can control the narrative.
There you go. We got two more minutes before we go to final word. Actually, one more minute. I wanted to just bring up one other thing too. I think this is super cool. Maybe we could just talk about this just briefly. California just passed a law, automatic admission to CSUs, to the California State University system for eligible students. I'm imagining, you know, you meet the A through G requirements, you get that coursework done, automatically admitted. What do you guys think about that? I mean, how cool is that, right?
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Awesome. Anytime we have access to education, it's a powerful thing. You know, again, giving kids options and tools and opportunities. You know, if they use it and they're successful with it, great. You know, but if they don't, again, they can find other pathways, trade schools, military, things of that nature. But just giving opportunities is a fantastic idea. You know, going back to other countries and other cultures, how accessible education is, and you look at what it does for them.
And it can be, but sometimes not accessible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we want to remove barriers that interfere with students being able to access, you know, higher learning and just being able to get in and use those tools to be able to advance themselves. Now we have to start working on financial assistance. We have to look at, you know, how can we get rid of that cost for students being able to access education.
Yeah. I love what happened with the community colleges too, right? With that, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the challenge will be too in filtering this whole thing, the stream, right? Because a lot of, you know, educators are going to be challenged with, okay, we got to make sure this student is right for this, right? Meaning, what do they want? But what are their abilities? What can they do? And that's where the high schools are going to have I would say a universal system to filter, because you're talking about providing, you know, access to a CSU, but also trades. Well, that's huge, because a lot of kids are going to go to places they don't want to go. Like, and I mean more towards the CSU. And they're gonna be like, I don't want to be here. I don't wanna be here.
Yeah.
And that's where I think if we're doing that, because again, this is money, right? We need to be wise and stewards with it. But again, this is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. There'll be some gaps and things to work on for the following years.
Well, what a night this has been so far. Yes. We've got our final word here in a second, but I just wanted to mention thank you to our viewers at home.
Thank you guys.
But especially Dr. Rob, we appreciate you. He's actually said that we're killing it tonight. Okay. So, hey, that means a lot. I
appreciate
That's from the master himself, Dr. Rob.
It means a lot to us here. And Dr. Rob, of course, Rob Martinez, he's our regular guest on the show.
Well, he's having me and my wife over for dinner soon, so that's what he said.
Okay.
Uh-oh, you hear that, Dr. Rob? Inviting Tony G to dinner?
I think he invited.
Well, I don't know what happened. You got to talk to Dr. Rob. Maybe you just call him Rob too much. That's the problem, Kofi. Always Rob, doctor.
But shout out to him. And he's got an amazing book over there too. He's a resiliency guy, recipes for resilience. Shout out to him. We appreciate him. But we've got literally like a minute or so for our final word segment. And who would like to start? Final word.
I'll go. Traveling outside your comfort zones or your zones of familiarity. Educators, parents, if you have the opportunity to stretch beyond the walls in which you currently are living in, seeing things that are new and exciting build on those experiences. Oftentimes, students only see themselves one way because their view is limited. Give them an opportunity to go to the beach, to see a bridge, or walk across a bridge, or go to another state, or go to another country. For a graduation gift, invest in a passport and have that passport open up their whole world to things in which they've never seen before. When I say that it is safe to travel to other countries, it is safe to travel to other countries because people are respectful, people are courteous and kind and welcoming. Don't disregard what a lot of rhetoric you hear about how dangerous it is. Of course, you have to be mindful, but for the most part, you go to these countries and they embrace you because, again, they like to show off their country and their culture and their perspective. So give yourselves the gift of learning and giving and growing. So go see something different than you see every day. That's my final thought.
Oh, wow. Good luck, buddy.
I got to say, Disneyland is on sale for November. Get your tickets because we just got ours. All right.
Okay.
And I'm going to be out there doing what I do.
Oh.
I'm going to be creating some content, but I'm going to enjoy it with my wife.
Nice.
And guys, take your family, hey, I can say it. I'm not a teacher. You can take a day off, maybe a school, take a weekend. I don't know. Get them, take
mental health day.
Take a mental health day. Yes. And show your kids a good time. Don't, the money, just plan it, save it. But it matters. It does matter, our childhood, culture. If you can't afford that, Monterey Bay Aquarium. Look at that.
Beautiful place.
So that's what I got to say. I'm just doubling up on him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And hey, thank you guys so much. It's always fun. And to close out, Dr. Rob, he says, and we got about a minute left, but he says we're all invited for dinner. So we're in good shape.
Okay. I'll bring the rosé.
There we go. But hey, we want to thank you guys so much. Our audience, you are amazing. We appreciate you tuning in to the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks, Weekly Recess. To our control room back there, thank you so much. RG, everyone, we love you. Thank you so much. Also, we learned a lot tonight about travel, about, broadening your horizons, trying to exercise less ethnocentrism and using cultural relativism and broadening your horizons. And also, I think some of the discussion tonight, you don't have to go far to discover amazing things. Absolutely. Even in our own backyard, we talked about that. It's like how many people live in our area, right, but haven't been to Yosemite National Park.
Right.
So I think there's some great points raised
Just don't
tonight.
feed the bears.
Yes, don't do that.
Don't eat the little brown thing.
But anyway, thank you guys so much. This has been
Guys.
the Education Talk Show. Jeremy Brooks, weekly recess. Recess is out. Have a good day, folks.
Take care.